Okay, I look absolutely terrible. I'm ill. Literally, it feels weird even being in front of the camera. Normally, usually I'm either on holiday. Well, the past like 2 months has been holiday, being drunk and all that kind of stuff. So I haven't really actually remembered being sober on camera in a very long time. So this is kind of really weird. And as you can as you can tell by the look of me and my cough, my blocked nose, I think my immune system took a bit of a hit. I didn't eat properly for like a month or so, and yeah, I think it's all affecting me now. But anyway, enough of that. Purpose of this video, hence of the title, is about body image and, you know, people being, especially people in the gym, kind of getting depressed. Not really depressed, but, you know, annoyed about the way they look. They don't think they look good enough. You know, they're comparing themselves to other people. And I don't usually, you know, from this channel, as you can probably tell, I'm not very much of a serious person in front of camera. I like to take the mick, you know. I don't really give too much advice in the way of, you know, nutrition, things like that, because to be honest, I think I'm a bit of a bro with that. I just blag it. I'm not going to lie. But this is something I really can talk about and hit and give my opinion on it, as it has affected me quite badly. And that is, you know, body issues, body confidence. People may think, you know, from my exterior that I love myself, or, you know, I'm a dick for posting all these like photos on Instagram and Facebook and that kind of stuff. Because people automatically assume if you're not into the gym and you're posting all this kind of stuff, you know, people will automatically assume you're a bellend, or, you know, you're a bad person for doing it, which I get quite a lot of, you know, people making that assumption of me, especially in the small town that I live in. You know, people kind of look at it and like I get to hear back about what people say, and it's just a bit of a, it is what it is really. It's always going to be like that. But yeah, basically, I kind of realised this when I was away, more so in Croatia than Ibiza. Obviously, I'd had the Ibiza holiday before Croatia, so I'd had time to start feeling shit about myself. Before going to Ibiza, I kind of, you know, I felt good about myself. I dieted. I thought I looked pretty good. If you go on my Instagram, you know, there's pictures on there of before and during Ibiza, in which I still have my abs, I still have my fullness and all that kind of stuff. And when I got back from Ibiza, it kind of all started to go downhill for me. I couldn't get back in routine. I knew Croatia was coming up. I couldn't be asked to diet for that because I was so hanging from Ibiza. And I really started to feel shit about myself. And the battery's about to run out. So I'm just going to put it on charge, 2 seconds. So as I was saying, sorry about that, the battery ran out. Yeah, so after Ibiza, I kind of felt, you know, awful about myself. I trained literally once beforehand. I went to the gym, I remember, about 3 days after Ibiza. I went to the gym and I just looked at myself and I was literally stood there. This is no lie. If you struggle with this as well, you'll understand. I literally stood in the mirror and I was thinking, I put my top back on, like I was wearing a vest like this, and I had to put my top back on, and I actually ended up leaving the gym 10 minutes later, purely because I was looking at myself and I was disgusted about how I actually looked. Even though I probably didn't look much different to what I did before Ibiza, but in my head, it's you know, when you get into the gym, it's a total fuck up, like, with how you perceive yourself. People will probably see you totally different to how you think you look, which is a massive issue. And it's more like people that don't go to the gym might not get this issue, because I think if you're into the gym life, you've obviously got some body issues underlying already. You know, you want to look better, whether it's for yourself or for girls or for, you know, a sport, anything like that, you know. And people, you know, this is going to go a bit deep, but when I first kind of started the gym, you know, my legs, I did train legs, admittedly not too hard. I kind of did neglect them a little bit. I should have trained them more. But people used to take the piss out of my legs quite a lot. And only really, you know, my people close to me know how that kind of affected me. It did kind of get to me quite a lot. I won't go into detail. But yeah, I mean, if you're the kind of person that, you know, puts people down in, you know, comments on people's, you know, weak areas such as legs or arms or anything like that, or someone has an ugly face, you know, you might think it's a joke, kind of taking the piss. It might be funny to you at the time, you know, saying, oh, haha, you know, you got skinny chicken legs, or that kind of stuff, which 99, not 99, like, okay, 80% of the time, yeah, people take it as banter. But if they've actually got underlying issues, you know, mentally, and it really does affect them, then you don't know how much harm you're having on that person, you know. The hence why you'll never see me kind of like hate on anyone or take the piss out of anyone, even as a joke, because I know firsthand how it can affect somebody. So if you're that kind of person that, you know, does take the piss, even if it's one of your mates, you know, just think about how it might affect them, because I always put on a hard exterior. I never kind of shown, I just laughed it off in front of them, yeah, haha. And then actually when I sat down at night on my own and I was, you know, looking in the mirror feeling shit about myself, it would all come back to me in the head and I'd be like, you know, it sent me down some fucking, you know, horrible thoughts and stuff like that, you know. It's you know, it does affect people differently to others, you know. Especially if you're quite a sensitive person. Me, I used to be a sensitive person, but I've kind of like built, like I said, a harder exterior. I don't really show too many emotions, to be honest. People think I'm like quite a happy, confident person, but you know, sometimes not so much. But yeah, so come back from Croatia. I'm kind of like cutting this story in pieces. So yeah, come back from Croatia, and I've literally felt the worst I have in a very long time. Getting back into the gym has been hard. You know, I don't think I look too bad right now. I'm starting to feel, you know, my size coming back a little bit. But it's all in the head, guys. It's literally all in the head. People keep saying to me like, oh, you know, you look great still, you know, bloody hell. People even said if I put on size, if I like gain muscle, which is like weird, which proves, you know, and my weight hasn't changed. It's just hard, guys, and you know, I'm sure there's loads of people, that's why I'm making this video, I'm sure there's loads of people out there that feel the same. You know, you look in the mirror and you think you're not changing, or you know, you've been training like a year and you think you should be gaining all this muscle but you haven't. You know, it's just a total head fuck, and you need to realise that it is mostly in your head. You know, you will be getting the results as long as you're in the gym training, you're dieting, you're doing everything right, you will be getting results. And you need to try and, you know, if you feel like shit about yourself, push it to the side, move on. That's what I'm trying to do right now. You know, I feel like I look the shittest and I have in a very long time. I'm trying to take that thought, push it to the side and crack on. And that's kind of the advice I would kind of give to you. I know this video's kind of been chatting a little bit of shit and it's not really probably made too much sense. I'm overly tired. I tried to get my point across. I'm ill as fuck, but I needed to put content out and I thought this was an appropriate time to send this message out to people. Yeah, because like I said, things do affect people differently, and especially young lads, and you see a lot more of it at the moment, are being pushed towards the route of steroids and stuff. If someone is really body conscious and, you know, do want that quick fix, then they might be pushed down that route, obviously, which is the dangerous route to go. I don't recommend it for anybody, especially, you know, these 17, 18-year-old lads you see fucking pumping it in. You know, it's just dangerous, guys, especially when they don't know what they're doing. But again, that is a, you know, what's the word? That is a byproduct of maybe your comment to somebody that could affect their life and push them towards that. All right, because I know it has happened to people that I know that have gone down that route. But anyway, I'll be back on the videos now. I've got my last festival, Creamfields, in a month's time. To be honest, right now, I don't feel like I would go. If it was next week, I don't think I would go. Like, literally, I'm dying. Absolutely dying. But I'm going to, like I said in my last video, I'm going to be competing at Body Power. So I'm going to be starting to bulk come end of August time. And then start to cut down for that next year. So hopefully I'll be looking sick for that. And I'm going to be making, I will be doing, not a series, but I'm going to be doing consistent videos 2 times a week of my diet, vlogs, kind of stuff like that. Back to the old roots, because I've had a bit of a wild one this summer, making like random ass videos, being drunk and all that kind of stuff and enjoying myself, which you seem to enjoy as well. I'm continuing the channel legacy and showing you what I do. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, you found it useful. Even if it helps one person out there, you know, realise that body dysmorphia is more of a mental thing, and, you know, you're probably making too much of a big deal of it, then, you know, if I can help one person, that's what matters to me. So, peace.